In our final segment this week, we're going to be discussing Controversy 6, which talks about vegetarian and meat-containing diets. What are the benefits and pitfalls? So at the end of this, you should have an opinion about whether vegetarian diets are healthy, whether meat-containing diets are healthy, and then, what works best for you. So there is a position paper posted on the resources for the week, so I recommend that you check that out as well for some additional information. So let's get started with some definitions about vegetarian diets. Your book has a nice table with even more definitions, but these are just some that I think are the most commonly heard about. So vegetarian itself means that this diet does not include meat, fish, or poultry. A vegan diet excludes all meat and animal products. A lacto-vegetarian includes plant foods and dairy products. A lacto-ovo-vegetarian includes plant foods, dairy products, and eggs. And then a pesco-vegetarian includes fish and other seafood, but excludes meat and poultry. You may have also heard the term flexitarian, and this could refer to someone that sometimes eats vegetarian, but sometimes they choose to add meat products in as well. So it's not really a vegetarian diet, but it is an Aryan type of diet. So there are some positive aspects of vegetarian diets listed here. So individuals that follow vegetarian practices have a decreased likelihood of becoming obese throughout life. So they tend to have lower body weight than individuals that eat meat. But this is not always the case, because I'm sure you know individuals that are vegetarian or vegan who are heavy or who are overweight or obese. So it's not a guarantee, but there is an association. Individuals who follow vegetarian diets also have a decreased risk of heart disease, and this can be due to because these individuals have lower intakes of saturated fat because they aren't consuming animal products. It could also be because they're consuming more fruits, vegetables, and fiber, which we know helps decrease the risk of heart disease as well. Increased fruit and vegetable intake can also be related to decreased blood pressure, which vegetarian diets also tend to exhibit, or vegetarians also tend to exhibit lower blood pressure readings. As we talked about, that excess protein intake could increase the risk of cancer. Vegetarians tend to have lower rates of cancer. And again, this could be related to some of those other aspects of the diet and not necessarily just the elimination of meat. There are other health benefits that maybe we don't know about yet, but again, you can read more about these in the controversy section of the book as well. It is important to note again that the benefits of vegetarian diets may be due to the inclusion of healthier foods, and not just the elimination of meat. So focusing on what these people really are consuming and not what they're not consuming. Let's look at the other end of the spectrum. So there are positive health benefits of consuming meat as well. So a balanced diet that focuses on meat, seafood, eggs, milk, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can provide all the nutrients and vitamins that an individual needs, provide all the macronutrients in the appropriate distribution, and this can be a healthy approach to life. Critical times in life may actually warrant, intake of meat. So thinking about times where protein intake is especially vital. So pregnancy, infancy, childhood, adolescence, when there's all this growing and development going on, and then when aging and illness, protein needs are higher. So it's much more difficult to get all of the protein needs from plant products because of the amount that you have to consume, and because those don't all consume, or all the plants do not provide all of the essential amino acids. So there are critical times in life listed here that it may be easier or more beneficial to just consume it. But again, a vegetarian diet can be healthy when there is planning involved. So I would encourage you to check out that position paper on the class resources for more information on this and the statement of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. As I touched on a little bit, there are some nutrients of concern for these vegetarian diets, and the more restrictive an individual gets, so if someone is vegan, they have a higher risk of having some of these nutrients of concern really present themselves. So it's important to consume a wide variety of foods in order to meet nutritional needs. And these are some of the nutrients that tend to be either deficient or just inadequate in the vegetarian diet. So protein, of course, because we have to focus so much on plant protein sources, iron. Animal sources are a great source of iron. And so if you're not consuming those, it's important to focus on getting those from other food sources as well. If an individual doesn't consume milk or milk products or any sort of dairy or cheese, they're going to be deficient in calcium. So it's important that to find some of those vegetables that provide calcium. So an example might be spinach, but you would have to eat a lot of spinach to get the same amount of calcium that you would get from a glass of milk. So you would want to look for foods that are fortified with calcium to provide that as well. Omega-3 fatty acids may also be deficient or of concern in individuals following a vegetarian diet. Zinc and then vitamin B12 is especially important for vegans because it is only found in animal products, and vegans tend to be deficient in vitamin B12. They are the ones that are most likely to have that deficiency. So a vegetarian diet is healthy, so is eating meat. It's really about balance and moderation and variety and adequacy as we think back to week 1 and all those components of what a healthy diet is. So with proper planning, both of these lifestyles or dietary patterns can meet all of the needs. So it's really what works best for you. There's no right or wrong way. So think about what you currently consume, how you can change or improve it to get all the nutrients that you need each day.